Man City 3, Tottenham 3. Tottenham come back right at the end, escape with points again. This just seems to be what Tottenham can do right now. After a bad 3-game spell with 3 straight losses, Ange Postecoglou's men come back, go to the Etihad, face off against Pep Guardiola's Man City. They come away with a draw after a 3-3 scoreline. Son got it started off early. A beautiful just build up to play in the goal. It was just outstanding to watch, to say the least. Well, even before that, Man City was already on the attack from the start of the game. I know Doku had a shot that was saved by Vicario, so that was an absolute great beginning to the game, because if that goal would have went in, this game probably ends up in a lot of different ways. But it was Son headed up midfield, 6th minute. Kulusevski plays a through ball to him. Son puts it in the back of the net. It's 1-0 Tottenham. Son gets his trademark goal, as always, against Man City. He is the Man City killer, it seems, especially at the Etihad. He at least always gets a goal. There's no surprise with that one. But, what can't be downplayed here is the Dejan Kulusevski assist. It was a beautiful through ball that got right to Son, and it was all over after that. What a play. But then it was 3 minutes later off a free kick for Man City, goes into the box, goes off of Son and into the back of the net. It's 1-1. So within 2 minutes or 3 minutes, Son already has a brace, except one of them isn't for Tottenham. So we sit at 1-1 in the 9th minute. The big story of this game was Man City kept shot after shot. Not a lot of them were on target. We'll get to those stats later. But Man City just seemed constantly on the attack in this game. And if Tottenham could get a counterattack, they were going to take the opportunity. I know Haaland, what a stinker of a game he had. He had a few good opportunities in this game, just off the post or gone wide. That was a big thing for Tottenham in this game, was the post saving them, because there were a lot of shots that Man City had that got in, could have been easy goals. They hit the post. That was a big savior for Tottenham today. The back line of Davies and Royale, it's not great. I know we have to deal with it, but it's not good. It's just, yeah. Then we get to the 31st minute. It started back at their own end. Emerson gets the ball. Emerson of Man City, I should say. I shouldn't be saying Emerson because that could be Royale. The goalkeeper for City, Emerson, gets it. It's just beautiful passing down the field. Just perfect Pep Guardiola tiki-taka football. It goes Haaland, Doku, Alvarez, and then gets to Foden, who's right there on net, puts it in the back of the net, and it's 2-1 City. This really did feel like, it's just what was kind of expected, I think. I don't really think many people thought Tottenham were going to walk away with points in this one, and this just felt like Man City taking over the game. And okay, it's time to go. You've had your fun with your draw, and let's get out of here. So we get to halftime. It was luckily 2-1 because, City had some good opportunities in this one. But luckily it was 2-1. For Pep, it was more about keeping the foot on the gas pedal. Make sure Tottenham don't get back in this game, because if they do, they're going to sneak around and find points. Postecoglou, his end was listen, let's just go out there and play. Let's do all we can do to get points in this game. If we don't, put the blame on me. I'm the one putting you in that situation. We come out of half. Brian Heel got taken off at half. It wasn't the best game for him. We'll get to that in the player rankings. But it was just, once again, it was just City attacking the net. And it felt like Tottenham weren't going to get another opportunity. Even though they probably were, just didn't feel like they were going to get another realistic one. Then it is the 69th minute. It was Giovanni Lo Celso with a shot from outside the box. What a shot it was. Gets past Emerson, back of the net. It's 2-2. Once again, Tottenham have tied it up. Lo Celso gets his second goal in 2 games, which we may be seeing one of the greatest redemption arcs of all time with Giovanni Lo Celso, if he can figure his game out and make this a constant. Huge for Tottenham. But a Son assist made this play happen. But in all, it ends up in the back of the net, and it's 2-2. It's game on once again. And then it's like 10 minutes later, get to the 81st. Grealish Basuma turns it over midfield. Rodri gets the ball. Rodri gets it to, I believe, Holland, who puts it on a plate for Grealish. And Grealish puts it in the back of the net. His first goal in 29 games. Paging Dr. Tottenham. Man City's up 3-2. And just that truly felt like it was it. Didn't really think Tottenham were going to get another one out of this. But just when you think that they're not going to get it, Brendan Johnson, left side, crosses it in towards penalty spot. Who's there? Dejan Kulusevski puts it in the back of the net. Tottenham 3, Man City 3. We're headed into stoppage time. It just unbelievable. Tottenham come back in this game, get the 3-3. Then we're in stoppage time, 94th minute. There is a foul on Erling Haaland. He goes down. The ref seemed to play advantage for a minute. Not a minute, truly. It was like a second and a half-ish. The ball gets to Grealish, and he would have been on a breakaway. The ref blows the whistle to stop for the foul, not awarding Man City that just play-on situation, and Man City furious. Should they be? I'm not going to truly say, because it was hard to tell. It did look like the ref played advantage, which then it's completely understandable. But, that's just a bad call. Either way, if you're playing either side. And Man City fans are acting like it would have just been an easy goal for Grealish because Grealish was the one on the breakaway. The dude just scored his first goal in 29 games. What makes you think that ball was just automatically going in the back of the net? Come on here. There was no guarantee that was going in the back of the net, so don't act like you were robbed of 3 points. You weren't. Just stop. Man City ends up screaming at the ref for like 3 minutes, but we end up getting 2 full time. It was Tottenham 3, Man City 3. What felt like a marathon and a sprint both at the same time. Ends all square, and Tottenham get a point from this one as City go draw in 3 straight games since 2018. First time since then, which is obviously saying a lot about where we are right now. City just don't look like the team that they were last year. Let's take a look at the stats. Obviously, when you are going up up against the master of the type of football you're trying to play, you're not going to get the stats that you want on your side, which is exactly what happened to Ange Postecoglou and his men today. Tottenham didn't control possession. They only had 45% of it. They didn't have the more shots on goal. They had 8 compared to Man City's 17. Shots on target, though, an important stat, especially when there's 3 goals. Both teams had 4. So that means only 1 was saved on each side. Shots in the box, Man City, 15. Wild. Tottenham only had 3. Shots outside the box, I keep saying this, it is what it is. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. That Lo Celso goal outside the box looked really good. But still, I'd rather have in the box shots, but it is what it is. Expected goals, Man City set at 2.57 compared to Tottenham's 0.46, which is decent for getting a draw out of that, especially with 3 goals. A 100 pass difference between the two. Man City set at 572 compared to 472 for Tottenham. Man City completed 88% of the passes, only 85 for Tottenham. 14 fouls on each side, 4 yellow cards on each side, and Man City just barely gets the advantage on corners with 10 compared to Tottenham's 7. Now time to get into the player rankings. Let's see what we got here. Starting up top, as we always do, it's Heung-min's son. Earns a 7.5. Got an assist, got a goal, but the own goal kind of hurt him there. If he didn't, it probably would have been a higher score here for Son. But that goal did really help Tottenham in this game. It set off the momentum early. Bryant Hill, I don't know. It was a good performance. It wasn't a good performance. He obviously got subbed off at half. I want so much more from him. I see the potential. I don't know where it is right now. I don't know. I'm hoping more time under Postecoglou gets him there, especially with the injuries that Tottenham's dealing with right now. Hopefully things get figured out. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work out, honestly. I think they already said that they're looking at Jota to bring in January. Jota played for Postecoglou last year at Celtic. He went to Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia this summer. I don't know if he's played a game there because as soon as he came in, it was like a month later that they were trying to transfer him out. So I don't know what's happening there. I don't know if that's an option. We'll see. Brendan Johnson earns a 7.8. He got subbed off in stoppage time of the second half. Got the assist on that game-tying goal in the 90th minute for Kulusevski. What a game for him today. He's getting better and better each game. As long as he avoids injuries, he's going to be a top player for Tottenham. Dejan Kulusevski earns an 8.7. Had the goal that tied up this game at 3-3. Had an assist. Had a yellow card. Earns man of the match. I was critical of him early on in the year. He just didn't look like he was fitting in. Just didn't look right, I guess I would say. Didn't look like his normal self. He's moved into this position that Maddison was kind of playing in. Now that Maddison's out until at least January. Obviously, we'll see when he comes back. But right now, I think this is a good stopgap of what we're playing right now. But Kulusevski, great performance there, earns the 8.7. Giovanni Lo Celso, he ended up getting subbed off, I believe, in the 79th minute. Earns a 7.8. Had that goal to make it 2-2. And what an outstanding goal it was. I really do think we may be seeing a Giovanni Lo Celso just redemption arc coming. And I am really hoping for that day to come. Yves Bissouma. I really could have gone lower on the score. What a rough day for him. That was just not good at all. Kind of worrying. I know you're just coming back, but I mean, that was a worrying performance today. I'm not going to read too much into it right now, but still, that was quite worrying. And then this back line today, I mean, I kind of messed up the scoring here, but I mean, this back line wasn't good today, if we're honest. Udogie wasn't great. Davies and Royale, they're something. They're not good, period. I'm not going to say they're not bad, but they're certainly not good. Porro probably was the best out of these four. I don't know why I really gave him the 6.5. I think it was more because of the yellow card. If he didn't get that yellow card, it probably ends up at least a 7, which, I mean, it's my own system. I messed that up probably. He's still, what he's turning into is an absolute monster, and I love what I'm seeing from him. Vicario earns a 7.2. He was called into action a lot today, but I mean, some of those goals, there wasn't much you could do, but I mean, you could have at least tried to do something. Taking a look at the subs, Højbjerg gets almost to his 7. He gets a 6.9. He got subbed on at half, so we saw a full half from him. I thought he did pretty well for the position he was playing. Skip got subbed on in the 79th minute. Earns a 5.9 because I don't know what he does out there. I mean, he almost cost us a few times. It's so worrying with him. I wanted him to be so much better, and I just don't think he's at that level. Richarlison got subbed on in the 87th minute. He's back from injury, at least coming back from injury. Obviously, not a lot of time to get a rating in there. And then in the 96th minute, we got a debut from Jamie Donnelly. He is one for the future. I've kind of wanted to see him. He's been on the bench for a lot of games this year. This is his first professional appearance for the Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Big congrats to him. Very happy to see him on the pitch. Hoping for a lot more in the future. Obviously, he only played 2 minutes, so not enough to get a grade. But I am really excited to see him play. Hopefully we get some more playing time for him in the near future. And with injuries, who knows? It may be coming sooner rather than later. I sure hope not. But even though I want to see what this kid has, because I truly believe that he is another great talent coming out of this Tottenham Hotspur Academy. I'm excited to see what he does for this club. H. Postecoglou gets an 8. He's doing what he can with this lineup right now. And there's been a lot of debate this weekend, this game especially, with him not adapting his play style to the teams he's facing. Like, everybody kind of just wants him to sit back and defend. What are you talking about? This is Postecoglou ball right here. You're going to play a high line, always attacking, trying to get many goals. He's not just going to change his play style because of the team he's playing. I get that some people want him to do that, but when you as a player see that you're not changing no matter the opponent, that shows your manager's confident in what you can do. And Postecoglou's building something right now. I don't know where it ends. I'm hoping it ends good. But right now, if you can't see what he's trying to build right now, you're blind. Because this team has done a complete 180 over the past, 150 days, 200 days from where we were under Ryan Mason and Antonio Conte. Complete 180. And people just going after him because of this stuff is just insane. So given that, that's your player ratings for match week 14 of the Premier League season. It has come and gone. Just a remarkable result at the Etihad today. So given that, this is going to be it for this episode of Top of the Perch. Tottenham play again on Thursday. They are at home against West Ham United. And then it is a Sunday matchup away at Newcastle, I believe. I know it's Newcastle. I believe it's away. And then other Spurs news got drawn in the FA Cup today. Third round, home against Burnley, week commencing January 6th, I believe. So that is one for your future schedule. Dates and times will be announced at a later date, but it will be Burnley in the third round of the FA Cup for Tottenham Hotspur. So given that, that is going to be it for this episode of Top of the Perch. Hopefully you enjoyed this recap of Man City 3, Tottenham 3. If you stumble across this video, hit like, hit subscribe, tell anybody you know about it. We'll be back on Thursday to recap that West Ham game, hopefully with another victory for Tottenham, but honestly, anything can happen. So make sure you tune in for the next episode of Top of the Perch.